With the barangay elections nearing, many issues have revolved around it, such as the election-related violence that is always prevalent during election period and the alleged bribing of constituents to register and vote. However, there's more to the barangay elections than just the issues. Though the barangay is the smallest unit of governance in our country, it is also the oldest. The barangay is also where we can get swift legal actions when compared to those in the judicial or local government. So how important is the barangay elections to the community? Do the same rules in the national elections apply to the barangay election? How can election-related violence be lessened in the barangay election?
Good evening. You are watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News channel. This show is about making the law work for you by giving legal advice on topics that matter to you. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno.
And I'm Attorney Nepomuceno. Tonight, we will discuss what you need to know to prepare for the upcoming barangay elections, as well as to address the election-related issues.
Our guest for tonight is Attorney Ryan Ray Kilala. He is an election lawyer, author of a book entitled Overview on Philippine Elections, and a bar national reviewer for Jurist Law Review Center. Good evening, Attorney Kilala. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Good evening, Attorney Kilala. So, welcome again.
Yes, thank you for having me again.
Yes. All right, so the elections are near next week.
Yes, it's already next week.
For barangay officials. And maybe we could start off with a question, no? Because a lot of people are asking about it. When was this established, this elections in the barangay? And also, can you tell us a little bit more about the kabataang?
The SK.
Yeah,
Sangguniang Kabataan.
Sangguniang Kabataan, yeah.
Barangay, sabi mo nga, it's the oldest local government unit
Yes.
talaga. So barangay siguro dates back mga 1500s pa yata. Yes. But yung barangay as we know it now was established in 1991 because of the local government code. Because initially, parang term nila 3 years, then it was changed to 5 years. Tapos ngayon binalik to
3 years.
3 years.
And it used to be called barangay captain, di ba?
Kasi nung araw, Kapitan del Barrio ang tawag. And then, during the time of President Marcos, parang barangay chairman siya. Tapos councilman yung mga kagawad. Then, yung local government code, tinagalog na lahat. So, punong barangay na. And
the kagawad. So, those are the positions at stake in this barangay.
Actually, sa probinsya, makikita ka ng mga TARPs nila. They're running for chairman, yung iba running for councilor, referring to the kagawad. Kasi dinala na through the years yung title.
Yung title. No?
So yung tao daw hindi na ma-distinguish kung which is which.
Then the SK nga, sinama nila before, pero ngayon wala. No?
Wala. For this year's postponed daw.
Alright.
Why was it postponed?
One of the reasons siguro, budgetary constraints ng COMELEC. Sabi nila kulang din sa manpower kasi after counting the regular barangay elections, then they'll start counting again for the SK. So another, siguro mga tao kailangan nila. So yun yung isa sa mga reasons kung
that's why they postponed the SK election.
Now, reading through the qualifications, no, I mean, one of them, of course, is that as long as you're not insane and you're not feeble-minded, but that's quite interesting. Of course, you read and write, and you're 18 years old. No, yung mga qualifications, diba? Yung qualification na insane and not feeble-minded. I mean, obviously, this may room of interpretation, di ba? I mean, if you're really, let's say, old or if you have
actually
disease,
dapat merong as declared by competent authority.
All right.
So before ka ma-disqualify on that ground. So kasi yung minimum qualifications, talagang napakadali kasi may citizenship requirement, residency requirement. Actually, maraming 1 year. Maraming bumabagsak diyan kasi ang akala nila 6 months lang. Dahil kuminsan they voted in a different barangay last May elections. Tapos kala nila hahabol na yung residency nila for 6 months. Yung 6 months for you just to register. Pero not for you to be able to run for.
Yes. To run, you have to be at least 1 year a resident of the barangay.
Doon nagkakaano.
Another thing I'm curious about is I've been reading the news, watching the news, and ang daming election-related violence for barangay elections. So I was wondering
there's more, parang
why?
There's more pa nga, di ba?
Yes, so
compared to
Attorney
national
Kilala,
elections.
would you have any idea why people kill each other, hurt each other, or Basically, in Tagalog nga, nagpapatayan para makakuha ng positions sa barangay elections.
What's at stake?
Yes.
Di ba? Ika nga, di ba?
Oo, kasi how much is the salary of a barangay captain, for instance?
Pag punong barangay, well, sabi nila nasa mga 22 to 24,000.
Per month?
Ang range, oo.
Okay.
And then pag kagawad, nasa mga 16 to 18,000 naman. Depende dun sa mother na local government unit. So yung city mo.
So relatively.
And for a term of 3 years, that's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money. I mean, that's close to minimum wage. Yung
Yes.
ano, di ba? It's very close to minimum wage. So why all the fuss and why all the violence?
All the risk.
And may patayan pa and all that. For maybe I'm asking a rhetorical question, but because again, if I was just gonna compare it to the senators and Congress, their constitutionally mandated salaries are also not that high, but yet they go a lot and spend millions for the campaign. But I guess maybe you can answer that question. Why these barangay people who I would imagine would have limited means compared to national diba, elective officials are going all out. And
First kasi pag barangay election, sabi nga nila it's closely knitted yung mga tumatakbo. So unlike sa national na hindi mo naman talaga personally kilala.
yeah.
Ina-idolize mo na siguro. That's why you're campaigning for that person. Pero sa local, either kamag-anak mo, kaibigan mo, kumpare mo, or kapitbahay mo.
Yeah.
So talagang
More at stake ngayon because I guess
Or
you're
mas grabe rin
may
siguro
emotional attachment.
Emotional attachment.
Yes,
Oo.
okay.
So pag sa national nga, di ba, pag pinikon yung kandidato natin, lumalaban na tayo. What more sa
Right.
barangay?
In terms of compensation or monetary rewards for winning, ano yung room for earning more than the mandated salary?
Actually, in a barangay, malaki. Kasi, well, reported na pag may project ka national,
hearsay lang yan, hearsay.
Hearsay. So, may mga reports na sinasabi, pag may projects, it trickles down to the barangay level. So, sinasabi nila about 2 to 5% of whatever is allotted to the budget goes to the barangay.
Oo.
Pero
So
pag
that can range in the millions of pesos din
Oo,
for the
aabot
barangay
naman,
officials in terms of earning.
Tapos, pagka may barangay project pa, they get higher kung ano yung
I see.
kung ano yung pwede nilang kitain.
Interesting.
Okay, so yung hidden income.
Yeah. Well, now we have some questions from our televiewers. Attorney Kilala, hope you don't mind answering some of them. This one is from Kenneth. I'm a registered voter in a barangay in Manila, but I have now moved to a barangay in Pasay. Though I have already registered to vote in my present location, my name is still not on the list. Am I still then allowed to vote in Manila?
Okay. The reason probably kung bakit wala yung name mo sa list dun sa nilipatan mo in Pasay is because your application for registration has not been approved by the Election Registration Board. So,
For what reason kaya? Various reasons? Or?
probably mali yung form na pinilapan mo na you're supposed to have filled up the form for transfer. So, if you register anew without canceling the first registration in Manila, hindi talaga i-approve yung una. Or baka kinulang ka ng residency or kung ano mang reason ng ginamit mo.
One reason or another. But usually, dapat nandun na siya sa Pasay, di ba?
Dapat.
If he registered in time.
Dapat nung nag-file ka ng application, kasi ang akala ng tao, once you apply for registration, approved na yon kaagad. So hindi pa kasi
But may process pa yun.
Oo, dadaan pa sa
So,
election registration.
would you
board.
advise that they check the list
Yes, mas
of
maganda i-check
of
na
the
lang.
barangay where they're voting a few days before the election?
Actually, meron na sa COMELEC Precinct Finder. You can check it there. Malamang yun ang ginawa niya.
Okay, that's good.
So, malamang yan, your application was not approved by the Election Registration Board.
Okay. And we have a next question. It's from Ira. How important is the voter's ID? I've been a registered voter for 6 years now, and I still have yet to receive my ID. If I'm allowed to vote without it, then what else is the use for it?
Siguro dapat na COMELEC question. Well, actually, it's a good question. The purpose of the COMELEC ID is that if someone questions you on election day, at least nandun na yung precinct number mo.
Yeah.
Tapos yung voter's identification number mo. It's already there. Pero tama siya eh. It's not really required on election day. Actually, you don't have to bring any identification cards on election day unless you are challenged by a watcher or any person.
Parang, parang driver's license, you can drive, without a license, but when you get caught,
Ayun,
But in this
you have to
case,
show,
it has no
no bearing on your right.
Walang
No
So
bearing
negative
on your
effect.
even if you don't have the voter's ID, kung meron ka ibang identification cards, pwede
Yeah.
yun. Or if you're there, you can vouch for me na siya si Ryan kilala. I've known him for
practical
years,
use.
ganon.
Minsan when you're applying for a job, di ba, they require 2 government IDs. That's one government ID.
Pwede rin. Government ID
So
siya.
so Ira, don't throw your voter's ID away yet.
Actually, pagka na-filean ka ng case for petition for inclusion and exclusion, importante yung voter's ID.
Okay,
alright.
sige. So it's useful. Okay, we still
May use
have a
naman.
lot to discuss, Attorney Kilala. So stay with us. Legal Help Desk will return after these messages. Ayan. You're still watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News Channel. And we are still joined by our guest, Attorney Ryan Ray Kilala.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Attorney Kilala, let's talk about yung mga bawal naman, di ba? There are certain
Do's and
restrictions
don'ts,
and prohibitions during the campaign period and maybe a few days before and during the election day itself. Can you give us a rundown yung mga things
At
that we
least
need?
the important
ones
ones that our viewers should take note of.
Yung kung ano yung bawal nung May elections, it's the same din yung in-apply nila.
Okay.
Actually, walang binago. May mga rumors lang sinasabi na bawal yung group tarpaulin or group poster. Kasi sinasabi nila because it's supposed to be a non-political, non-partisan. Election itself is a partisan activity. So, hindi pwedeng talagang mawala yung ganun. Plus, if you're running for punong barangay, it's natural that you have your slate for your kagawad. As long as you follow yung 2x3.
Yung mga sizes.
Oo.
And then, of course, bawal sa public places. So, pag nakakita sila ng mga campaign materials na nakadikit sa likod ng tricycle, ng jeep, bawal yun. They can
Bawal yun.
report that to the COMELEC.
Okay.
Sa bahay, walang restrictions. Even if the tarpaulin is given by a candidate, hindi bawal pagka private.
Pag private, so private house, pagka gusto mo mag-post for another candidate, okay lang
Like,
yun.
Okay lang
it's on my door, okay lang yan.
Walang problema yan. Pati yung sa sasakyan, private
private vehicle.
kahit beyond dun sa 2x3 na sinasabi.
Yes.
Pwede.
Now, just to, for our televiewers, they're not going to be using the PCOS machines, di ba?
Hindi.
So this is
Unfortunately,
manual,
hindi. Manual elections na naman tayo.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Now, just
And
yes.
another bawal that maybe a lot of people don't know about, liquor ban.
Yeah.
Liquor ban starts when? Or what day is it?
The day before the elections.
So that's October 27.
27.
Okay.
Kasi
So
sa
viewers,
Sa national elections kasi 48 hours.
So at least one day
pwede-
less. But
pwede pang-
to viewers out there, that's gonna be October 27.
Especially
This
those who are
Sunday.
taking the bar exams.
Ah,
After the bar, hindi sila pwede mag-celebrate.
Oo nga, no, kawawa naman sa bar.
Celebrate
yung,
na,
yung mga
umiinom pala.
nag-bar exam pala,
But then
right
it's a-
after the exam.
It's kind of a
they cannot.
semi-long weekend kasi ang real lang is 29th and 30th, di ba? Right after that. So pwede sila mag-celebrate.
They have to
doon.
wait. So yung mga
Mag-try na
atat
lang
na
ako.
atat
Bar,
na, they can't go drinking
Mag-stock
right
na kayo.
after.
Oo, tama. Now, just again to clarify on what's at stake here, because I would imagine, apart from I guess the monetary consideration, is the fact that it does hold a lot of power. I mean, this position, because in a way, yung punong barangay, as we mentioned earlier offline, it's the executive, the legislative, and to some extent the judiciary, di ba? It acts as those three. It acts out those three functions in the barangay level. Is that correct? So, for example, you're
Very
filing a-
powerful talaga.
Oo.
Kumbaga sa parang siya yung first line of defense ng mga local government units. So sa kanya ka dapat unang
Yeah.
pupunta.
Say violence against women and children.
Barangay.
Normally, barangay yan,
Barangay.
diba? So,
Tsaka yung barangay conciliation, sila rin yung
away
nagpapatakbo.
kapitbahay. So,
now, mga yan ba, do they go through some kind of training, legislative, executive, or ano? I mean, how do they
unfortunately,
How do they-
wala talagang di ba? Kasi
play their roles?
Walang training. Siguro mag-hold lang ang DILG na to brief them pero wala diretso. Kaya nga, di ba, there are many calls na to just abolish it kasi maraming perang nasasayang lang daw.
Okay. And on the day of the barangay elections itself, ano yung mga bawal din gawin? I know you cannot carry weapons.
Bawal yun.
Within how many radius from the barangay?
Actually, talagang bawal siya.
Oo.
Yung deadly weapon. So, yung...
Gun ban, of course, applies.
Tapos deadly weapons, bawal. Tapos, yung magtinda within
Ayun, I was gonna say that. You're giving
Within
out
a radius
50
of...
meter radius. Ganun. And isa pang bawal, yung mga incumbent, mga watchers, kung minsan barangay tanod ang ina-assign, bawal yon. So dapat alamin ninyo yung mga watchers kung sino-sino. In fact, for this year's barangay election, the submission of the list of the watchers and their signature ahead na pinafile. Unlike noon na...
Watchers?
On election day, anybody can be a watcher. Pero for this year's election, it should have been filed ahead. So para may time ka to check kung talagang taga ron sa barangay may mga watchers. Kasi usually nag-i-import sila ng watchers Yung mga matatapang.
Okay.
So kunyari nga, may nakita kang medyo may anomaly and all that. Who do you go to? COMELEC? Do you complain to the COMELEC officer there?
The election officer.
You see someone bribing or giving something, a t-shirt or what
Yung
paraphernalia?
Yung mga bayad-bayad on election day, pwede ka na mag-file dun sa barangay election tellers, yung dati BEI ngayon BET ngayon. So doon pwede man i-challenge yung voter na yon not to be allowed to vote kasi nga may money involved And then later on you can file the necessary complaint for election offense. So, ano siya, either i-file mo sa election officer.
So definitely guns out. Gold
and
is
also
out.
campaigning is not allowed,
Not allowed
a day
now.
before the elections. So if I'm from a certain barangay, tapos may mga nakikita pa akong nagka-campaign the day before the elections, before October 28, I can complain.
Yes, bawal na yun.
Can you bring like bouncers with you? Mga
Bawal siya.
Bodyguard mo? Bawal.
Pati yung mga...
Ngayon, bawal na, di
bawal.
ba? It's
Yung
already
incumbent na barangay officials, whether elected or appointed, bawal na siya sa mga polling places, except to vote. Kasi nung araw, sila yung nandun na siyempre nag-i-influence peddling sila.
They do influence. Ayan, okay.
So bawal pati sila.
All right. Now, okay. We still have some more questions, Dr. Kilala. No? We have one from Vilma. Si Vilma Santos kaya ito? Hindi. Vilma asks, what is the purpose of the SK? What powers do they possess? Do they have any voting powers with regards to projects in the barangay? We mentioned na na-cancel, na-postpone na yun. So, but again, why is there such a big fuss?
Sangguniang Kabataan.
Sangguniang Kabataan. Anong powers ba meron yan?
Nagsimula to dun sa KB, yung Kabataan Barangay nung araw. Then, tinuloy lang pagka-enact ng local government code. Lahat ng youth concerns within the barangay, sila yung lead. Plus, if you're the SK chairman, automatic, you have a seat in the Sangguniang Barangay. So, ang rank mo equivalent to a kagawad. And automatically, you are the chairman of the Committee on Youth, Sports, and Sports Development.
I see.
So, may hawak ka na kagad na committee.
And pagkalam ko, may hawak ng funds yan, di ba?
May funds. So, ang SK may 10% na...
10%, yeah. 10%
of the barangay budget, 10% goes to the SK kagad.
Okay. So there's, again, money involved.
Dapat may purpose talaga. May purpose siya talaga.
And may parang scholarship pa yan, di ba? Yung mga...
Yes.
They get some kind of scholarship.
So, kung dun sa city or municipality, state college.
So yeah, that's what's at stake, Vilma, just to answer your question.
And our last question is from Don. In relation to election violence, how do authorities classify if a crime is election-related? For example, if two barangay candidates were drinking and ended up killing each other, is that considered a case of election-related violence?
Actually, hindi. Kasi dapat it would fall in a specific category na election offense siya dapat. So, kung, because it's election period, campaign period, bigla nagkaroon ng nakawan sa bahay, so hindi siya considered. So, kailangan may election offense na nakukommit. So,
or I guess in this case, kung kunwari, nagkasakitan sila because the other person was really hurting yung isa pang candidate dahil nga candidate siya, not because nagiinuman sila.
Or during yung campaign sorties nila, nagkasagutan niya, pwede maging election-related.
Kung may protest, you have a complaint, you feel that parang you don't like the results and you want to protest, what do you do? Where do you go to? You go to the COMELEC and file a petition?
Ito ay pupunta ka sa Metropolitan Trial Court.
MTC.
MTC. Pag
Alright.
barangay.
Okay. Let's have a recap lang for the benefit of our viewers kasi the elections is already on Monday next week.
Monday
So
na.
guys, don't forget, go out and vote. Speaking of voting, let's highlight. Di ba, if you do not vote for 2 straight elections, you can be considered an unregistered voter.
Or
I mean,
deactivated.
madi-deactivate ka. So that means you have to register again. So if you missed this year, yung May,
and then yung
national elections, tapos hindi ka na naman maka-vote on Monday, then
For
you will-
2016, madi-deactivate ka na.
Okay. So, guys, take note of that. If you didn't get to vote last May, then you have to vote this time, this
Otherwise-
Monday, para hindi kayo ma-deactivate as a voter. And any other reminders that you can remind them for the barangay elections?
You have to be vigilant this time. Kasi may contingency plan na nilabas ang COMELEC. Yung just in case late dumating yung mga balota, what should we do? Yung mga ganun. Or may mga shortages sa ballots na normal na nangyayari during barangay elections. Ano yung pwedeng gawin? Or pag may discrepancies dun sa serial numbers sa mga balota. So may mga contingency plans na nilabas ang Commission on Elections. And we should all know that para hindi nyo alam dinadahian na kayo election day, may contingency plan para.
Okay. And where can they see the contingency plan? Is it available online?
Yes, sa COMELEC website nandun na. Yun lang naman yung 3 scenarios. Pag na-late ang mga balota or election paraphernalia, merong kaakibat na remedy dyan. Pwede ko. So possible na ma-postpone on the next day election. And then yun, may shortages, kailan ina-apply yung emergency ballot, yung mga ganun. So,
Okay.
marami
And
pa.
then of course, check if you're registered dun sa, lalo na if you transferred barangays. And apparently, you can check it online on the COMELEC website. And of course, if you see anything wrong during the elections, they approach the election officer in your voting area.
Yeah, just be vigilant. All right. All right. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have. We would like to thank our guest, Attorney Ryan Ray S. Kilala, for being with us tonight. I'm Attorney Rod Nepomuceno.
And I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno. If you have any questions regarding our topic for tonight, please message us on either our Facebook or Twitter accounts. And don't forget to vote next Monday. Join us again next Monday as we discuss your legal rights. Good night.